Russia has intensified attacks on Ukrainian cities over the last few days. This includes an airstrike that hit a mall in Kyiv, killing at least 8 people. Citrus TV's Jake Morel is in studio with more. Jake.
Thanks, Oscar. The Russian invasion of Ukraine continued today with more concentrated attacks on certain Ukrainian cities, including Mariupol in the south and the capital of Kyiv. As the war wages past its 25th day, concerns about Russian strategies are rising. U.S. officials are concerned that as the time passes, Russian President Vladimir Putin will get more and more aggressive military-wise, including intensifying bombings in cities that still have many civilians in them. This weekend, the Russian military did just that. Earlier this morning in Kyiv, reports surfaced of a missile strike hitting a shopping center and killing 8 people. Over the weekend in the city of Mariupol, Russian forces bombed an art school that was sheltering 400 civilians. It is still unclear how many casualties and injuries there were. Mariupol is Ukraine's largest port city and is a key strategic point in the war. According to Ukrainian officials, the combat there has now turned into house-to-house guerrilla warfare, as the Russian army has pushed into civilian neighborhoods. Over the weekend, Russia gave the port city an ultimatum: surrender and flee the city or risk further bombardment and, quote, military tribunal. Ukraine denied this. Last week, United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken commented on the Russian war crimes.
Yesterday, President Biden said that, in his opinion, war crimes have been committed in Ukraine. Personally, I agree. Intentionally targeting civilians is a war crime. After all the destruction of the past 3 weeks, I find it difficult to conclude that the Russians are doing otherwise.
When asked about Vladimir Putin in passing, President Joe Biden had this to say.
War criminal, sir.
Oh, I think he is a war criminal.
Will you be meeting with him?
On Sunday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he was ready for negotiations with Putin, saying, "I think that we have to use any format, any chance in order to have a possibility of negotiating, any possibility of talking to Putin. But if these attempts fail, that would mean that this is a third world war." Here in the United States, President Biden has planned a visit to Europe to meet with the other leaders of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The goals of this emergency meeting have been outlined: figured out how to slow down Putin, stop civilian casualties, and make sure to protect the NATO countries that border Ukraine and Russia. Biden will leave for Brussels on Wednesday with hopes of solving a conflict that continues to get worse. John, Oscar, back to you guys.